Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Love the winner.
Hate the win.
Good morning, Night Vale.
Hello, it's me, Meg, and I've been told by my daughter that I'm going to be Ursula the Sea Witch for Halloween.
Hi, I'm Symphony, and I love Halloween, but I haven't figured out my costume yet, but I'm sure it'll be brilliant.
And I'm Hal, and I'm a poor, unfortunate soul. But thankfully, I'm here with my other tri-hosts, both of whom, like me, are cast members of Welcome to Night Vale, and who, like me, are listening to Welcome to Night Vale episode by episode, and who also, like me, are talking about Welcome to Night Vale with you, because you listen as well, and we're all in this together. We are recording this wonderful episode on Thursday, the 26th of September, 2024.
If my calculations are correct, hang on. This episode will come out after Halloween. So,
Uh-oh.
let me say, okay, let me just real quick go through it. But yeah, this episode is going to come out on November the 7th.
Whoa.
You want to say you were?
Guys, I hope you guys are living in a good future.
Yeah, me
where
too.
you had a great Halloween.
Oh, boy.
It was a very happy Halloween.
Ooh, spooky. And we hope your lives are not spooky. Anyway. But this episode is 170 to family and friends, and the episode description is to the friends and family of intern Victor. We extend our condolences. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. This harkens back to what we were talking about in our last episode with how like Steve was initially hated.
Yeah.
And like that was his like early piece of character development, was that he was hated. And then the thing about the interns, especially we hit harder on that in the first like 50 episodes of the show, was like the interns always died in like a gruesome way. And we've sort of moved away from that. And like, I mean, Dana was an intern, and then she like has this whole huge arc and plot. And but then we go back to this old joke of to the family of and friends of intern Victor. And intern Victor just dies of natural causes after a long, lovely life of helping people. So,
how nice.
Like, what a fun joke to run with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like, honestly, it's probably one of the only, besides Dana, one of the only interns to like survive, truly.
Maureen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maureen,
They're the only two, right? Are they the only two?
Yeah.
Is it just Dana and Maureen that survived?
I guess. Yeah, I think so. Because everybody else has been turned into a tree or disappeared or whatever the heck.
Yeah.
Got ate up. I don't know. Yeah. Like, crazy stuff happens to those people. And Cecil just doesn't care. But, you know, he obviously cares about Victor. And it's fun because Victor leaves Night Vale and then comes back to live out his remaining years. But this episode was just so interesting that it kind of just broke this trope. Also, all of the interns are still younger than Cecil or whatever. But this is the first time we've had an intern like go away and then come back and be way older. For sure.
Yeah, we're firmly in weird timeland.
Yeah. Which is so interesting because, you know, post, I think, Huntokar, right? Everything started going like regular times, right?
Right.
And then now we're like, okay. But I think he came back to town, like he's been there for years now, right? Because he retired and he ended up doing other stuff with other people. Like he worked with Carlos and he worked with Dana when she was mayor. So he's been in town for long enough that he's gone through that change as well. But I do like the whole timey-wiminess of and Cecil choosing not to age. We're kind of getting back into that, which was really fun.
Yeah, and he has this confusion. He always thought that Victor would replace him, and then he's sort of considering like how he replaced Leonard. And I think it's interesting that Victor was sort of on this track to be the next Cecil and chose not that. Like saw it and then just went the other way and left and went to Fresno and built a life. Like,
right.
I think it's always interesting when a character makes a big choice like that and goes a completely different direction. It's very interesting. Yeah. This episode was the season finale, so it aired June 15th of 2020. And this is the first episode that Joseph had written of Welcome to Night Vale for like a while because of the Missing Plane series. And then there was a Bree episode and then another Jeffrey episode. So yeah, it's been like 7 months since Joseph wrote a Night Vale episode. And this is the episode that he wrote, which is fun. I could definitely see the like grain of the idea of a like, what if an intern dies naturally and has like we're subverting the trope that we created there about interns and then flesh out a whole episode about that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's nice to have Joseph back.
Yeah.
I like that he makes a joke about White Claw non-alcoholic seltzer, which at the time did not exist, but now exists.
Which is the dumbest thing. It's so funny.
I remember when I first saw that, I was like, so just seltzer then?
Yeah.
Like that was the whole point is that, but you know what? Good job for coming up. And so do we think it did not exist before, right?
No, it did not exist when Joseph wrote this joke.
They owe him a check.
Yeah.
You can prove it. Trademark.
It's this, I mean, listen, I'm not going to yuck on any single person's yum. More is more. I love it. It's great. The non-alcoholic beverages, like, guys, we have soda.
Yeah. We have seltzer. It exists.
Yeah. Why would you need to buy a $14 White Claw package of non-alcoholic whatevers? Does it even have like adaptogens or any of that stuff in it?
I don't know what's in it.
What is an adaptogen?
Maybe like tastes a little bit like vodka, but doesn't have the booze in it. So it's like you like kind of hurts a little bit. So it kind of feels like you're drinking.
Honestly, I would rather just drink a seltzer.
Wait, did you say adaptogen?
Yeah. They have those.
What is that?
They have all those drinks that are for like NA, like non-alcoholic drinks. But they have other stuff that's supposed to like make you feel good and like whatever, but it's not like booze and drugs and stuff. It's just like it's basically like vitamin E sort of things. Oh. I don't really know what it is. I'll be honest with you.
It's like B12.
Are you familiar with the concept of placebo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That. It's like, ooh, you feel good. And you're like, I do feel good. It's just because you're not.
And they're like, you
drunk.
sucker, you were part of the placebo group. It's just water.
I will say, I went to a wonderful wedding a few weeks back, and they did not have alcohol at the wedding. They had like a non-alcoholic bar with like lots of non-alcoholic cocktails, and it was great. I had every single one of them on the menu, and I woke up the next morning and I did not feel hungover at all. It
Pretty
was
great.
kind of weird to wake up after a night of drinking in quotation marks, and just be like, "Oh, I'm bright as a new penny. This is cool."
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys.
Nice.
Maybe we should drink. Who's to say?
Honestly, I've been experimenting more with non-alcoholic drinks, and you know I love a drink, right? I love a cocktail. I love little drinks. But honestly, I don't like feeling like crap. I prefer to feel awesome as much as possible. And it's a sometimes thing. But more and more, the non-alcoholic cocktails, drinks, all those things have really come a long way. And when you can wake up and like have a full day the next day, it's pretty great. And I know that I feel like such an old person saying that, but like, I don't know, as a former party girl, like it's just interesting to have that.
It was just interesting.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing.
Experience.
And then sometimes you don't need it.
Yeah. But there's this whole emerging market of non-alcoholic beverages. And I'm like, yeah, you who exists. That's a non-alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
Coke.
Arizona iced tea.
Manhattan Special.
Yeah.
Arrowhead water.
But sometimes I think it's you want to feel like the same, like you're having the same experience. Right?
Because you're also spending $14.
Yes.
Right. If it's that expensive.
That part. And if it's sparkly and like whatever, maybe, I don't know, if it's just a seltzer and some lime juice, it is what it is.
What if you take a sip of it and just stand up real fast? Would that do it? And then you feel like dizzy.
Honestly, just spin around a lot.
Like gorillas do. That's why they do that. If you ever see gorillas spinning or videos, they do it to get themselves dizzy because it's enjoyable.
See? Go back to simpler times.
That's true. That's a fact. It's a gorilla. I'm in my gorilla shirt. I'm in gorilla mode right now.
That's how you know.
It's great ape time.
Yeah, it's time. All right, great apes, hit the floor. Get your Mike's Untwisted Lemonade. It's just regular lemonade. Mike's Soft Lemonade.
Mike's Soft. It's just lemonade.
Mike's Soft Lemonade is here for you. Just lemonade. It's just Minute Maid lemonade.
Wait, let's all say our favorite. I think my favorite non-alcoholic drink, just like a drink, is an Arnold Palmer. I love tea and lemonade together. It hits.
Yeah, I was going to say like iced mint tea.
Ooh.
I like Trader Joe's unfiltered apple juice.
Really?
The cloudy apple juice. It's the best. I used to love, there was a brand that existed that no longer exists called Red Cheek apple juice. And they made two different apple juice. They made an unfiltered, which had a yellow and red label. And then they had the like sugary, looks like urine apple juice that everybody else sells. And that was in the white and green label.
Like the hospital apple juice.
Yeah. When that yellow and red, oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Does it still exist?
I remember that taste and I miss it. I feel like I could have, had I been an adult at the right time and made adult money, I could have propped that business up by myself. But I still have Trader Joe's. Theirs is really good.
I'll have to try it. I mean, it is fall. That is the optimum time to drink any sort of apple cider or hot apple drink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I think this is an interesting timing of an episode because this episode is largely dealing with death and loss. And it was a time when like lots of people were dying in like not great ways.
Right.
And so it is like sort of this fantasy, this sort of death wish fantasy of like a well-lived life surrounded by your community when you go. Like,
what else could you ask for? Like, that is the most like peaceful way, you know. And I just like the thing about knowing you have a finite number of breaths and what you use those finite number of breaths to say, even though you have so much you want to say, and you end up saying, how you like. And I just remember my mom saying some of those things to me. So I was just like, that really, that was a wild feeling. And just thinking about that, like, I don't know, going back to those moments was really interesting. And also thinking, especially when we were thinking about that timing. I mean, it was very dark, but now thinking back on it, I don't know, I have like a lighter feeling about it, even though it's sad, but I don't know, it's like a wistful sadness, that like, if everyone could die so well, if we're only so lucky to die surrounded by your friends and your family.
Right.
And trying to give them comfort when you're about to pass away is really nice. So,
yeah, it's a death wish fantasy.
No.
And I also like the idea of being useful to people. And that's, and I think that's hit on really hard towards the end. Yeah. So.
The importance of purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially during a time when, not only during this time where you're mourning the loss of people, you're mourning the loss of an entire way of life that we still haven't, like, we can never return to, not this generation, because we've already lived through it. And what happens after, it's just as an entire group of people, we can't 100% go back to it. Like, it's just never 100% the same, because you have knowledge that you didn't have before. You had the ignorance going for you. So it's just so much loss. And I don't know the extent to which people have processed that.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been a rush in the last couple of years. Like, let's just get back. We'll put it behind us.
Yeah.
And it's that doesn't honor the fact that everybody went through trauma and collectively.
And life still continued during the trauma. And because of that, the experiences that we had, like that would be so vastly different in the before times, like Symphony, like losing your parents during the pandemic was such a different experience that would be in the before times. You would have had so much more community support, like actual physical presence of that community support.
Yeah.
And like having a baby during the pandemic, like I would have had a baby shower. I would have had anyone ever see me pregnant. Like I would have, after I had my baby, we would have you always want to be careful with a newborn, but like,
of course,
she didn't see anyone for like 6 months. Like,
right.
Like, and anytime she did see someone, it was like so stressful. It was like, did they mask? Are they testing? Had they been around anyone with a cough lately? Like, it was just like that sort of shit. So it is like the life experiences that we had during the like normal life experiences, like births, deaths, day-to-day life was just so changed that, that's the experience of our life, right? Is that we had these milestone events through the lens of a really weird collective trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I think it's very easy to get stuck on the, if I had known that this was going to happen, would you have made different decisions? Would you have done things differently or whatever? But in the end, it was what it was. It is what it is. And now that time has come and gone, and we'll never get that time back. Right. And so we just have to continue to move forward with that, like almost like ripped hole in our timeline, in our life. So I don't know. This episode for me was just like, it was sad, but it was beautiful at the same time. And I don't know, it made me think a lot about memory too, because there was a part where he said something about, Cecil said how he like remembered Victor, and like remembering someone, like having them stuck in your mind at a certain age or remembering them a certain way. And I think this happens sometimes for parents, like my dad for a long time still saw me as a young girl, right? And like couldn't get past that. And like, dads sometimes just think of you as their little girl, right? But like, I think that sometimes when I think about my grandparents or whatever, I remember them at a certain age. And so then when you see them and they look older or something like that, it's a stark difference. So I was just thinking about that, like Cecil being the same age when he sees Victor again, and Victor is so much older. I don't know. There's something to that mental image that we get stuck in our heads of people.
Yeah. And then it is also just creepy that Cecil has not, and no one in Night Vale has aged at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it is always weird when things that should be happening in the same timeline are not.
Mm-hmm.
It's like vampires.
Very much vampires.
Yeah.
And that's why they have to move all the time. Or like leave.
Yeah, because after like 10, 15 years, you're like, well, okay, why are you still 20?
Right, exactly that.
Plus, it probably gets boring.
Yeah.
Eternity's got to be boring.
Yeah. Like, oh, can I find a new, like, hey, what are you going? I don't know. Waukegan? I haven't been there yet. I just have a list of places I drop a dart.
I think I could do a couple thousand years, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And then I'd be really bored.
Infinity's hard. But I think I would have a good time with more life, right? It's just so frees you up to try a bunch of different things.
Yeah. You could like literally.
Except you're a vampire though.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Depends on what lore of vampire, I guess. But like, I think it could be kind of
just
fun.
rob blood banks and drink out of the bags.
Right? You might not have to like fully be chomping on street people.
Yeah. It's just a building full of Capri Suns for a vampire.
Yeah, you just work at a blood bank or something.
Yeah. They're like, hey, have you noticed that Roland, instead of putting the IV and keeping it attached to the bag, he's just drinking the blood out of their arm? What is he, spitting it into a container? No, he just drinks it and then leaves. He also looks very young. And then he hears them because he's got vampire hair and he's like, oh crap, I gotta move again. I got lazy.
Just so lazy that you're just drinking it directly from the IV bag.
Just drinking the blood. Yeah. Oh, what were you thinking, Roland? Oh, what a moron. This is the Russian Revolution all over again.
Walking yourself to U-Haul. Go get the truck. Again.
Vampire U-Hauling. My goodness.
Yeah.
Up next, we hear from fans and friends of the show about their theories, comments, and questions. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather, which was A List for Spring by Joseph Fink.
Who?
We know him.
Yeah. Immediately, I was like, oh, Joseph. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's writing songs. Good job, Joseph.
What a delight.
Yeah. In the grand tradition of season finales having a Joseph Fink song, here's one. He also just had like a lot of time on his hands during this time. And he was like playing music every day and like, yeah, writing songs.
When he started growing his hair out.
Yeah.
We would just like go running every day. We were running like 10Ks a week. We were like just real fit.
Well, what else was there to do?
Yeah.
Puzzles and 10Ks and the Hell Zone, which is what we called it when we would get like really existentially depressed. I'm in the Hell Zone again.
Oh, man. The Hell Zone.
But yeah, I think that was very much reflected in this song. Yeah, Hellzone Calzone. No, I think that was reflected in this song. And it's always fun to hear him and to hear him play. It's always so nice. And it reminds you how multi-talented he is. So,
yeah.
Good job, Joseph.
We love you. We love you, JF.
Well done. Yeah, we're fans. We're JF fans.
He's at Halloween Horror Nights tonight and just texted me. He texted me that, let me see, what did he say exactly? He said, he wore his special Halloween sweater to Halloween Horror Nights. And he said, I'm at 2 nice sweatshirts. Those are rookie numbers. I can do better. So that's what he's up to tonight.
That's fun.
I'm glad we were
wearing a Halloween sweatshirt out there in the world. All right, guys. Calzone, FanZone. It's time to get in there.
Oh, yeah.
The inside of the calzone is so hot.
FanZone.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Lately, I've been all over the place. Between touring, dog sitting, and traveling, my routine has become non-existent. Now that my travel schedule has slowed down, I need to get back to eating real food and not just grabbing what I can when I can. And Factor is making that easier for me. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes and require little to no prep and no cleanup. So even on the days when my schedule is completely out of whack, eating well is still achievable. Like today. I had 3 meetings and a client. By the time I was done, I was hungry and I just needed to eat. So I grabbed the Beurre Blanc filet mignon with Parmesan risotto and it was delicious. I was amazed at how tender it was and how flavorful the risotto was and saved me from having to pick something up quick. And in 2 minutes, I had something healthy, fresh, and delicious. So if you like fast, easy, and delicious meals, I think you would like Factor meals too. Let's eat real. Head to factormeals.com/GMNV50OFF and use code GMNV50OFF to get 50% off and 1 free breakfast item per box for 1 year, while supplies last until 10/31/2026. That's code GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. GMNV50OFF at factormeals.com. See website for more details.
All right. We have 2 entries that are going to be in this first part of the fan zone. We're going to start with Veronica. It's on the same subject that we're going to go twice. Veronica writes, "Hi, and thanks for a fun podcast. Just a short note on food. You mentioned that you found out that Swedish pizza salad was similar to coleslaw. I guess you could say it is similar since it has the same main ingredient, but that is the only similarity.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, food is important, and I would not want you to have the wrong information. So here are the ingredients of the actual dish for Swedish pizza salad. Finely cut cabbage, vegetable oil, quite a lot of vinegar, salt, lots of ground black pepper, a small pinch of sugar. All the best from Sweden, Veronica." Now, Symphony,
That sounds pretty good.
I'm gonna let you read the next email, and then we will discuss them both as a unit.
Okay, here we go. It's from Tova. Good morning, Night Vale. It's Tova, the Swedish physics nerd from Good Morning Delta again, and this time I have some updates. Symphony, I heard the excitement in your voice when I mentioned having a crush on my friend. Oh, yes. I'm happy to tell you that since I sent the first email, that very dear friend of mine has sort of become my partner. Ah, yay! Sorry, I didn't mean to scream into the microphone. It's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. No, I would like the details. So write back. And I don't have to read it. I don't have to read it out loud, but I do want the details. Anyway, when I last wrote in, we both knew that we loved each other. But for various reasons, we didn't know how to move forward. One reason being we lived 800 kilometers apart at the moment and can only see each other in person a few times a year. Since then, we've come to the conclusion that the only thing that makes sense is for us to be together, and we are now in a happy relationship. That's so nice. Meg, you are right. Swedish pizza salad is indeed similar to coleslaw, but made with white cabbage, vinegar, and oregano. No mayonnaise. And it's all about the outfits with patches. I'm not from Finland, so I can't say for sure, but I assume that it's very similar to what we have here in Sweden. Students, especially engineering students, wear coveralls/boiler suits. Yes, exactly. Or similar articles of clothing at our universities, though not in high school. Different colors represent certain programs, and universities and students personalize them using patches and paint. If all goes well, I'll be studying a bachelor's degree in physics at Uppsala University next year, which means that I'll get to wear a navy lab coat. Very Carlos core. Here's a link to the Wikipedia page. About student overaller. Okay, the boiler suits. Thanks again, Tova, she, her. Tova, thank you so much. Yes, we were just like, these students, I don't know what's going on exactly, but it was fun. Well, thank you for clearing that up. Okay, Swedish pizza salad.
Veronica says I'm wrong. Tova says I'm right.
Sounds like coleslaw, but a different kind of coleslaw. Just vinegar based.
Not all coleslaw has mayonnaise. The coleslaw that I make in my home, I don't usually put mayonnaise in it. It's mostly just vinegar. It's like when you have it with something like super rich, like have a little vinegary slaw.
Yeah.
Maybe like slaw does not have to have mayo in it, but coleslaw does have to have mayo in it. Anyway, I appreciate everyone writing in, learning about Swedish pizza salad. Yes.
As an impartial third party to both of those emails, I feel like it's incumbent upon me to issue a decision, since we have basically one side saying Meg is wrong and the other side saying Meg is right. And I'm going to say that Meg is right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can we just record that and then we can play that over in my head while I drive?
As I was hearing the ingredients, I was like, so coleslaw?
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
It's just a different kind.
That is coleslaw.
It's just not a mayo-based coleslaw. I mean,
yeah,
I've seen like more vinegar-based, but sounds good. I'd eat it.
Yeah,
it sounds great. It sounds like something I would eat with pizza.
I would try it.
I don't know if I'd eat it.
Because you want something that's kind of like bright and acidic when you're having something like rich and cheesy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the side, like not on it.
No, but I don't know.
Maybe on it.
Why not?
Y'all are crazy.
I mean, we're trying it. Why not? Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Pizza salad.
One life, right?
Student overallin'. Third emailin'. M writes, howdy, good morning, Night Vale crew. Just dropping a line to tell you one of my favorite quotes from 170 popped up in my social media memories today. There was Carlos in an understated lab coat, frowning. There was nothing more scientific than death, and yet Carlos hated the fact of it, and he wrestled with the contradiction within himself. Some natural processes feel unnatural, no matter how many times they occur to us. They are a surprise that our whole life spends telegraphing. I was still in the aftermath of my dad passing earlier that year, made only a little more surreal by having to re-explain to my mom what a podcast was. Are there quotes from media you love, Night Vale or otherwise, that helped you get through a tough time? M, she, they. This might be a little weird, but they do those variety roundtables with like different actors talking to each other about craft and career. And there's one from Tom Hanks where he's talking about like his approach to everything. And his thing was just, this too shall pass. Like, you're having a tough time, this too shall pass. You're on top of the world, this too shall pass. Like, everything's going to ebb and flow with time. So trying not to get too high or too low. And I like that. What about the two of you?
A bunch of them. From Night Vale specifically, the death is only the end if you assume the story is about you, which is, kind of bolstering. A thing that our midwife used to say to us is that everything's a phase. So, which I think that's really helpful in parenting, because it's like the really, really hard stuff is a phase. The really, really great stuff is a phase too. So like everything is just a phase. And then this is some advice that we got from another parent right when we were about to have kids, was that transitions are rarely smooth. So that just applies like across the board in our life. The transitions are rarely smooth.
Yeah, I mean, I could second many of those, but something that sticks out in my mind is, in one version or another of it, someone has said to me that the pain that you feel is because there was great love there, right? And I don't know why that's comforting to me, but it is. It makes me remember that, like, I loved so hard, and was loved so hard. And that's why it hurts, right? But, I always feel like the people that love you, that energy is always there. They're not in the stuff that they left behind or, the pictures that you might have. They're in your heart and they're in your memories, and they're still with you every step of the way. So that has brought me comfort in tough times and times of tragedy and grief. So I hope you feel better every day. And that actually something you said to me, and apparently it's something that happens in the Jewish faith, I believe, is you hope their memory is a blessing.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And you are all a blessing to us. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of our community. Thank you for being active listeners and responders. Our next episode will be Go to the Mirror. Until then, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Meg Bashwiner, and Hal Lublin. It is edited by Felicia Dominguez and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to tell us about your internship. This show is powered by our patrons like Adam Mancuso, Allie Graham, Allie Douglas, Angela Anashevsky, and Arlene Babka. If you are interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of fun, exclusive, insider, hyper cool kid content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. The calzone ingredient of the week is dropping a large and intricate Starbucks order off of the top of the tallest building in the office park, just to feel alive.